All right. I'm still not sure how I'm alive. I don't know how amazingly I didn't take it down. Hey, Mad X. Hey, Zoe. Got a rejection letter for another job applied for. Thank God you came online. I'm sorry to hear that you got rejected. Hello, Himaz. Yeah, the job market is tough, especially now. You just gotta keep pushing along. Are you gonna play the beta? Yes. I'm not gonna play the early access because I didn't pre-order. I'm gonna play the open beta, which apparently only lasts for one fucking day. I'm not that tired. It's still early for me. They sent you a $5 Starbucks gift card as an apology? Okay, well, that's very nice of them. Yeah, I was watching a lot of BO7, as much as I could. So, okay, so here's the thing about Black Ops 6, and this is already concerning, is the early beta is from October 2nd to 5th, and then the open beta is from 5th to 8th, which is 7 days total, because 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 days. Zombies is only 3 of those days. Why would they restrict it? And why are they just now announcing that it's only going to be 3 of those days? It's only from the 3rd to the 6th. Or I guess, yeah, maybe that's 4 days, but it's ending the morning of the 6th. 3rd, that's 3 days. So, new Black Ops 7 HUD looks similar to Black Ops 1. Yeah. This is the beta. It's just the really, really early beta. This is more like the alpha. This was like 15 years before Black Ops 7. Hey, Tyler. Yeah, the game doesn't look good. Did you guys see not Lex. Mr. Dalek JD was playing zombies and they kicked him off in the middle of his game to make him play Warzone. And it was like really awkward because Dalek was like, hey, my chat who's here right now, who wants to see Warzone? And everyone was like, no, zombies. Anyway, let's continue. I am mid-round right now. I am 19 hours into this round. Because the timer doesn't stop when I pause the game. Codename Pizza played it early. Noah J snitched on him. Did he actually snitch on him, or was that a joke that Lex made? Because, like, first of all, fuck all of them. Loving the title? I'm glad you are. I kept it casual-ish. I could have gone even further if I wanted to. Very mixed reactions from the community right now is what I'm seeing. Understandably so, because it does look like a lot of the same garbage. Instas today? Not today, but maybe tomorrow. I mean, actually tomorrow might be pushing it. Let's see how much I get done today. I'm gonna stream less time today than I did yesterday. So I'm probably gonna hit 150. I don't know if I'm gonna go much further than that. Don't Noah and Lex hate each other? I don't know. What's wrong with Codename Pizza? I just don't like his content. What do you think of the new Takio voice actor? He's pretty good. I honestly haven't heard enough Takio voice lines to give a fair judgment yet. I don't think I've heard any Takio voice lines. I'm assuming he's fine. The one thing that I'm not going to hate on Treyarch for is the new voice actor. But I am going to hate on the fact that all 4 of our crew, Nikolai, Dempsey, Takio, and Richtofen, are fucking multiplayer operators. Which I guess makes sense, because that's just kind of how the game works now, but Jesus fucking Christ. Hey, Bobbing Pen. The map layout and systems between POIs look bad. Yeah, it does. It looks almost as bad as Transit. Which was the other map that experimented with this whole, like, having separate POIs and, like, that sort of thing. Primus were Blackout operators, and look how good Blackout was. I didn't like the, I mean, Blackout was whatever, but no, I've calmed down since yesterday. I'm doing okay. Have you ever played Black Ops 1 and 2 Reimagined? I have. A lot of times. I was one of the people when Black Ops 1 Reimagined was getting one of its big updates. I was one of the people who, like, early tested it and gave some input. But I don't like it as much as just the vanilla game. I hate that it just means Black Ops 4 is entirely pointless. The goodbye video from the farewell is just meaningless now. Well, I don't know. In some ways, yes. In some ways, it is not Primus or Ultimus, so I guess that's something. But I don't know. I don't understand why we need to... Why is the blood on the point score black in Reimagined? It has to do with the mod. It's not a bug. I think it's something about the mod. Right at the very end. Okay, the one caveat, I don't know how many drops I have left this round, because I might have gotten a drop in Tunnel 11 yesterday when I had that Gersh debacle. So hopefully that wasn't 2 drops. I think for now I'm going to assume I'm safe. Unless I should just teleport now. I don't know. I think I'm not gonna teleport right now. And we'll see. Blackout was sort of meant to be like, hey, it's supposed to be kind of a mashup of everything Black Ops, you know? It's not supposed to be canon. But to me, having them be playable in multiplayer feels even more disrespectful. Have you teleported to get... Yeah, so it is Jug next cycle. It is Jug next time I go. So... I didn't have too much of a problem with the ending of Tag. My bigger problem was, like, they fucking released the map and the map wasn't ready yet. Which frankly was the downfall of BO4. BO4 now is a great game. Problem is, every map, when it launched, wasn't ready, and it kept fucking crashing. Which, like, totally understandable why so many people hated BO4 for that reason alone. Couldn't fucking finish the Tag Easter egg without crashing? How much of a buzzkill must that have been? Was it, rather? I didn't hate Tag because it was Victus. Maybe I would have preferred if Blood of the Dead was Victus, but I don't hate what Blood of the Dead did. At the same time, I also think, like, they either should have ended the Chaos story, or sorry, no, ended the Ether story and just stuck to Chaos, Or they should have continued the Ether story and not done Chaos. Or they should have had 8 maps of each. Was BO4 in a bug testing build at launch? I don't know. I just know that BO4 was the only Call of Duty game to release in October and not November. And when it did release, like, you couldn't even get to round 100 without crashing on, like, basically any map. Maybe Blood was the most stable. And it was kind of a fucking mess. You're the only Alpha Omega fan? I believe you are, yeah. Chaos and either each got 2 maps on launch, then they each got 2 as DLC. Yeah. I think future maps for BO7 will be promising, but Ashes will only be interesting when the POIs get repurposed as survival maps. Here's the thing. I'm not interested in the survival maps that much because all the survival maps are going to have crafting tables. And so the strategy on every map is going to be spamming Disciple injections and VTOL warships. I'm very looking forward to being proven wrong about that. But we'll see. I guess we'll see if the Wonder Weapon's good. Why do people hate Alpha Omega? It's just a bad remake of Nuketown. It isn't very... Not that it's difficult to set up, but, like, Pack-a-Punch on that map is kind of stupidly annoying. The boss fight isn't very good on the Easter egg, not that I care. High rounds aren't very fun. It brings back Primus and Ultimus on what is a shitty Nuketown remake, and also, it's Primus and Ultimus's last map ever. Which is kind of crazy for a shitty Nuketown remake. Nova Crawlers ruin the map? Yeah, like, if you turn on Pack-a-Punch, it's just annoying to play. And if you keep Pack-a-Punch off, the only fun strategy's banned. Not that it should be. Not that most people think it should be. I don't think that's true, Razor. Technically, I wouldn't be able to confirm. Alright, I'm gonna trust that I still have at least 1 drop left on this round. Hopefully I'm not wrong about that. Turning on the vents activates Nova 6 bombers and jolting jacks. Bombers make the bunker completely unplayable. Jolting jacks are okay, but I never was a big fan of jolting jacks. I think they just slow down the round because they take the spot of a zombie, but they don't actually come towards you. Imagine if Tagged Your Toten had us play as the OG Ultimus crew from Moon. Richtofen and being Samantha and all that weird stuff. Well, they sort of wrote that out. They explained that away by having the Maxis ending of Buried be canon. Hey, Executioner. You sprained your neck. Motherfucker. I need to, like, actually look at my screen. I'm sorry. Okay, less reading chat. More focusing on ammo. What are the safe insta-kill rounds again? It is 147 is the next one. So I can't use this insta-kill. I will see if it turns into a nuke first before I throw a Gersh. I kind of don't like throwing the Gersh with this above because I always hear this drop and I think it's one of these guys. Okay. I'm guessing Treyarch never explained how Richtofen got his body back. No, they didn't. They address it too. They literally say in the classified cutscene, Richtofen, how the hell did you get back in your body? And he just laughs and says, does it matter? Oh, that's 2 drops. Okay, well, here's what I can do is I can grab this. I can show you all that insta-kill doesn't work. You guys like that? Okay, the bad news is now I am out of drops. So now if I need more drops, I do have to teleport. I'll show you. Nothing. Insta-kill doesn't work. Why does insta-kill not work? Insta-kill, on any given round, insta-kill does damage. So insta-kill makes all of your non-insta-kill weapons do damage that is equal to 10 times the zombie's health. The problem is the maximum health of the zombies can only be 2,147,000,000 whatever, because it's a 32-bit integer. So 10 times the health of the zombies right now is a negative number. And so it just doesn't work. Yeah, so all my weapons do negative damage during that insta-kill. I don't know the specific reason, if I'm being honest. Obviously they didn't plan for that. If they had designed it correctly. I think quite literally it has to do with the fact that when people were testing, nobody got to round 139. If you shoot a zombie with a gun that does negative damage, does this add health? It does not. It just does, like, no damage. It just does 0 damage, basically. Okay, but... Hey, Chard. Anyway. Can your zap guns kill during insta-kill? No, zap guns work fine. Weapons that are already infinite damage don't get a buff by the insta-kill, basically. So you can still kill with infinite damage weapons normally during an insta-kill. Why do instas kill on 147? Because on 147, 10 times the zombie's health overflows so far negative it goes back positive. So it's actually able to kill the zombies. It's able to kill, let's see, it's one, so it stops working on 139, and then it's able to kill 147, 148, 149, 154, 155, and 161. And that's it. And then it's obviously able to kill on insta-kill rounds. But every other round after that, you can't use insta-kills. I don't know about, like... well, here's the thing. Obviously, they fixed this in Black Ops 2 and onwards. So, however they coded it there was the correct way to do it. Oh, shit. I thought I reloaded. Yeah, there's a lot of holes that they're constantly, like, they're constantly creating holes, and then different people are patching those holes, you know? But, like, after Cold War, who fucking knows? Really, starting with Cold War, who fucking knows? Hey, Matsko. Okay, I do need to teleport to get more drops. BO7 best trailer ever? Instas are 163. All right. Let's get out of here. Have you seen the zombie bear? You mean like that giant hellhound that fucking walks? Hellhound looking thing? Yeah, I agree, Michael. Pretty sure Tom King is Kevin Drew's little brother. What? At least it's a new enemy? Sure. There's a couple of new enemies in the new game. Doesn't mean the game is going to play well. Doesn't mean it's going to be fun. What's the most stupid oversight slash bug? You gotta think about that. How many drops can you get after getting back to the moon? You can get 4 more drops. It just resets the number of drops back to as if it were the beginning of the round. So I technically have 3 more drops right now. Not that I need it. I'm pretty sure the round is about to end. Amalgams and abominations. Oh, wait. No, Abominations were in Cold War on Forsaken. Amalgams were in Black Ops 6. Yeah, that's round. But it's just fine that I teleported because now I'm starting the round with full ammo. Basically. So I'm only probably going to need 3 max ammos to get through this round. This round was kind of a... That previous round was kind of a fucking mess. For those of you that were here yesterday. That mess is going to be its own video, trust me. That was like the biggest clutch I've had the entire year. And when I say the entire year, I mean like ever in my life. Not every map in BO6 had abominations. Amalgams were on almost every map. Amalgams and doppelgasts were on pretty much every map. It was, I mean, either those or manglers, but like, Jesus. And also now disciples are coming back. Abominations were only on Liberty Falls. You fell asleep during yesterday's stream, you have to go back and watch it. It was kind of insane. I was on the brink of death. Twice. Shattered Veil as well. Abominations were on Shattered Veil? Wasn't it only Liberty Falls? It's part of the Easter egg? Oh, well, that sort of doesn't count. Because, like, there were a bunch of enemies, like, mimics are part of the Easter egg on Mauer, but they're not actually on the map other than that. You get abominations to craft the blue mark too? That's kind of dumb. So amalgams were only on 4 of the 6 maps in the game? 3 if you play optimally? So just only half the game. Listen, all these new enemies on BO7 look fine. But wait for them to be on every single map, I guess. What's the new special round? I didn't see that on BO7. 3.5? 3.5 out of 6? Yeah, that's not bad. Doppelgasts I could care less about, because to me, they're all just like tanky, weird enemies. Right? Tanky, weird enemies was the formula of the Thrashers on Zetsubo, and it's been basically the same for every Cold War and BO6 enemy. At least, like, there were other enemies like the Gladiators that were quite unique on 9. The Stokers were just tanky, weird enemy. Number whatever. On Voyage. And that just sort of set this trend of, like, enemies that don't actually do anything. Other than be tanky and weird. Who cares about BO7 when a 15-year-old game is way better? Exactly. Is 250,000 health a lot? for that game. I guess that's like, what, 5 times the zombies? There's a nuke right there. Pads off. Yep. Good. Yep. By the way, okay, right there, that's what I'm talking about when I said any weapon can fail. That was a Gersh fail. Oh, I didn't hear the drop. It's a good thing they only dropped one. Gersh fail is rough? Yeah, usually it is. Gersh fail can be quite detrimental at times. That was clean, holy. I'm not making it inside, though. Abominations on BO6 have 1 million HP at health cap. Far too much. What is that, like 10 mutant injection slaps less? What? Why did half of that horde not die? There's a bunch of living zombies right there. Got to 350 on Veil? I thought you said that yesterday. Or was that 300? I'm pretty... Well, on Black Ops 6, I'm pretty sure you can. Because I saw a picture yesterday of somebody on the tomb holding a jet gun. Yesterday was 325. I feel like you lied to me yesterday. I think you said 350. I don't know. But nice job on your 350. Gotta keep it going. I feel like I thought you said 350. You gotta keep going. No 400, no GG. Those are the rules. Last week was 250. Okay. You can't have the upgraded ice staff as a modded loadout? Yeah, and I guess you can't pack-a-punch it normally, can you? Or can you? How does it work on the tomb again? You just get the upgraded staff, or do you put it in the machine at the end? No, you just get it, right? You just get the upgraded staff. You gave up on camo grinding BO6 because of the canceled carry forward. Listen, I kind of agree with canceling carry forward. The one thing I disagree with is carrying forward your gums and your augment progress. How do you try to say, oh, this is a new game and not just year 2 DLC for BO6, but also all the shit you unlocked still is unlocked in the new game? And more. For some reason, Zombicus don't have BO6. One, because nobody cares, but 2, because nobody actually knows the zombies per round on BO6. Round 350 on BO6 is the same number of zombies as BO1, from 1 to 164. Around 140k. What am I at now? Am I 50,000 kills away from 164? I am still strongly considering, like, going into BO6 and getting into some AFK glitch where I can just grind for a shit ton of gums. Just so I can have a shit ton of gums. Alternatively, I could go for 999 on the tomb, just because it's, like, that easy that I'd be able to do it on my first try. But I don't know if that's how I want to spend 50 hours of my life. I don't think I do. I don't think that would be fun for you guys to watch either. If I'm not having fun playing the tomb, and you guys are not having fun watching me literally staring at a wall, spamming the ice staff infinitely while I can't die, it's not a good stream, is it? You got 300 gums last week? That's kind of insane. How many hidden powers and perkaholics did you get? Because those are the ones that I really care about. Just skipping the setup. You got 1 perkaholic and 2 hidden powers? That's kind of a joke. That's ridiculous. Try Terminus or Reckoning, they're at least somewhat tough. Is somewhat tough equals spam mutant injections for a majority of the game? That's not very tough. I thought BO6 had more zombies than Cold War did? I don't know. Oh! I am extremely lucky that that was the drop I needed, because if that wasn't, I would have fucking picked that up. Holy shit. That's awful convenient. If that wasn't a max ammo, I would have grabbed it. Abuse. BO6 zombies is tough because it hurts my feelings when you call it easy. Yeah, some people are just butthurt about BO6 and BO7 at the moment. How did I just get hit by the master spawner twice? Also, hey, Jace. Okay, I do want to show you something, because I think it really sums up the problem with the internet. Okay, so somebody posted Here's the thing. According to the blog, zombies will only be in beta for 3 days. Why are they removing it on October 6th? I don't know. Hey, have you seen the price increase for Game Pass? I did see that. I don't use Game Pass, so it doesn't affect me, but yeah, that sucks. Zombies will only be in beta for 3 days. So they're just removing it from the beta on Monday instead of on Wednesday when the beta ends. Why? I don't know. Do they want that many people to play Warzone? It seems like they want people to play zombies less because they don't want people to play zombies and find out that there's fucking nothing and it's shit. Anyway, so somebody commented, they posted that there's no round cap in the beta and asked who's going to 999, like someone can do that in 3 days, LOL. And I responded, first of all, they never posted that there's no round cap. They never said that. They said the round cap is 999. They said that on stage. That's not no round cap, that's a round cap. And more importantly, I looked into it. Shattered Veil released on April 2nd of this year. The first 999 on Shattered Veil was on April 8th. So if Zombies was in the beta for all 7 days, it's entirely possible for somebody to have hit 999 during the fucking beta. And I bet that's one of the reasons they shortened it. And so I said, that's not no round cap. Like, if the beta was 7 days, it's 100% possible for somebody to hit 999, especially with everything carrying over. And I'm fucking downvoted to oblivion. Well, yeah, except zombies will only be available for 3 days. And I said, probably because they're genuinely worried people will hit the round cap. And he said, oh shit, people would stream nonstop. Yeah, that's what fucking everyone does as soon as these maps launch. They stream nonstop. They get to 999 of their first attempt. And then they're done. And then they don't play the game until the next 999. Why am I getting downvoted? And more importantly, why is the Zombies beta only fucking 3 days? Instead of the 7 that everyone else gets. And also they only get one mode, which is the farm survival, which, fine. Don't release the full map. You know, I guess we're lucky to get zombies in the beta because we've never gotten that before. What are you doing here? But Jesus Christ. Zombies beta is 3 days to prevent 999s. Literally. Literally. Because you know, if zombies got full 7 days, the full 7 days that everything else is getting, or even 6 days, people would be hitting 800 plus minimum during the fucking beta. I don't understand why so many people are just glazing the game. Yeah, here's the thing. BO1 maps are never going to be maxed. Every single BO1 map, eventually the world record will be beaten. Yes, Ascension might take a while, but somebody will beat Ascension. It's possible. Every map, it's possible. BO6, they're fucking maxed out in under a week. How are you supposed to compete with that, genuinely? There's no world record to beat, only tie. Someone could spam 999 timeouts to cheese it. It's true. Well, the caveat to that is they did say the beta won't carry your current gobblegums, but you'll have like a special selection of gobblegums for the beta. But yeah, once the game comes out, you can just spam 999 timeouts. BO6 was amazing for you. I'm sorry to say that you're in the minority. BO7 doesn't look good, and BO6 just wasn't good. The BO7 divisiveness is pretty warranted. Well, yeah. And look, it's just the COD Next event that happened yesterday, it wasn't a good look. Why are they telling people, why are they telling the Zombies YouTubers, oh, sorry, Zombies time is over. You gotta play Warzone. You have to play Warzone or end your stream. Those are the only options. Just let us see the damn game. If the game is good enough for us to want to buy it, you should be letting them play as much as they want. And just say like, hey, you have until 4 o'clock. Have at it. Here's the game. The timeout gobblegum. Which skips the round and then like, what is it? A 3-minute delay? 5 minutes? What is it? Poor man's round robin, yeah. BO7 Zombies looks like such a drag to play because OD the camo grind. Yeah, everyone who just finished their camo grind on BO6 now gets to camo grind again on BO7. That's the hook. Grind for camos that you can use until the next game when you have to grind for more camos. And don't play the game for any other reason. I never cared for camos in the first place. I'm just a firm believer that maps should have good pack-a-punch camos, which recently they don't. It's unfortunate.
No time to argue. I need ammo.
Well, you can use the BO6 Modern Warfare 3 camos for Warzone. Well, yeah. If the game needs you to camo grind to keep playing, then there's an obvious problem. Yeah. Like, it should be fun to just go for high rounds and set a PB. And I also think the game should be balanced enough that, like, unless you're really skilled, your games should end relatively quickly, which is what it was like on BO1, 2, 3, and to a slightly lesser degree, 4. That's a lot of zombies. BO1 multiplayer or BO3? I actually prefer BO3 multiplayer. Hold on. Listen, I'm not saying that camo grinds shouldn't exist. I'm not saying that, like, camos are bad for the game. I'm just saying that, like, if the only reason that people are playing is for camo grinds, then then it's not very well designed. Like, you gotta want people to play the game to enjoy it. What? How did that happen again? BO1, 2, and 3... Well, I guess B3 technically does, but BO1, 2, and 3 do not have camo grinds, and they are infinitely more replayable than anything after it. Your favorite camo grind is downloading DS4C and Project BO4. Dude, I didn't need to grind for camos. What? How are there... You guys heard that, right? What the hell? How did he last so long? Oh, that's round. Okay. That was a quick round. The zombies are learning. Your ethereal razor just wasn't working? What? Oh, yeah. No. No, making steady progress, because even though I was 20 minutes into round 145, I was still at the beginning for reasons. So I've done 145, 146, 2 rounds in under an hour is actually not bad, given where I'm currently at. Insta-kill rounds are gonna feel really nice. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get off in like 3 hours tops, around 5 o'clock my time, whatever round I'm at that point. So I should be a decent way past 150. Obviously, depending on if I have any trades or anything. My luck with trades has been quite good up until I had a trade on 142, and then 145 does count as a trade. I mean, it was a trade. It was just a really sketchy one. Yeah, little to no trades tonight. No, I moved the box back to the biodome. Thank God. Yeah, I wasn't gonna just leave it in power. Even if I didn't need a weapon, I was like, I just need to get this out of here. I'm not dealing with that next time. I don't get the BO6 1.5 complaint. If we're talking core gameplay here, isn't BO1 just World at War 1.5? BO1 being World at War 1.5 is the closest comparison that you can make. But I still think the BO1 maps on BO1 play very differently than the World at War maps on BO1 play very differently than they do on World at War. The obvious change, excepting Doris, is the 24 zombies around no longer existing. Like, they play very differently. It was also when the game was... It was also when the mode was new. You know, I think it's quite different. Yeah, also, yeah, World at War Zombies was good, and BO6 wasn't. And the Wonder off messing with your health regen. Yeah, you know, you gotta excuse World at War sometimes because it was a little primitive. Alright, this is funny, but don't do it again. God, why? Okay, technically it is a safe insta-kill round, meaning if I get an insta-kill off of the pads, I can use it. Although this isn't the best insta-kill weapon. Hey, Viselinus. Please spawn a drop before I leave. Shit. I don't know if I can make it there. This pad isn't on. That's extremely unfortunate.
Oh no, I need ammo.
Didn't matter anyway. Okay, let's just go. That's unfortunate. What makes a round a safe insta-kill round? So, after round 139, insta-kills break, except they do still work on... You know, I can do this. On 147, 148, 149, 151, 155, and 161. All the rest of the rounds, they break.
Nein, er. Gut for Georgia. Must get to air. Lungs feel flat. Pain in pancreas.
BO6 Omni Movement. Omni Movement doesn't really help zombies in any way, though. BO7 wall jumping. Does BO7 have wall jumping? What? Is that a thing? Okay.
I am in need of bullets.
We were talking core gameplay. Well, core gameplay isn't just movement mechanics. Right. BO1, let's say, was the first stable entry in the series, where World at War was very experimental. But from BO1 to BO2, we got buildables. We got quest-based maps, like Mob of the Dead with Afterlife. Buildables by themselves are just a giant game-changing mechanic. We got zombie shields on some of the maps. We got different means of travel. You know, every single map had its own unique features, like transit with the bus, die rise with the elevators, buried with Leroy. Afterlife is kind of a massive thing. Origins was just a massive change in gameplay style from what Black Ops 1 offered. Every single Black Ops 2 map feels very different from every single Black Ops 1 map in terms of how you play it, in terms of how you high round, in terms of the complexity of the Easter eggs. Everything felt like a change from BO1 to BO2. BO2 to BO3, even more changes. Gobblegums, AATs, more different types of boss enemies, more quest maps. Even the Chronicles maps play very differently than their original counterparts. Yeah, World at War, you don't do any trades. Do you think AATs were needed? I really don't. I think the game would have been better without AATs. Liberty zip lines. Oh, Liberty Falls was the first map to have a zip line? Wow. Never knew that. I'm not saying that just means of travel is what makes a map unique either. Let's talk about what survival looks like on all these games. On Black, you started your stream pretty early today? I started it later than I did yesterday. Sure, Terminus had boats, but also, like, they were kind of the worst feature of the map. I find the boats to be very clunky, and it feels like the gameplay progression kind of halts anytime you're in a boat. Yo, it's Zing! Thanks for the sub. And I feel the exact same way about the Wonder vehicle on the new map. I think every time you're driving, you're not killing zombies and you're not, like, progressing. Where's that drop? Oh, it's right there. How did I just not take fall damage? It's a carpenter, so let's wait till it becomes an insta-kill. Okay, this kind of sucks. Amazing. Okay. Making a note of the fact that I just got 2 drops, so I have 2 drops left on the round. I love when my trade ends early. Who cares about if the game is a copy pasta or not? If it's good, there's a reason to play it. If it's bad, there's no reason to play it, and it's bad. Well, yeah, the reason that people care about it being a copy pasta is because BO6 was bad and BO7 looks just as bad. That's why people care about it being a copy pasta. Nobody complained between World at War to BO1 to BO2 to BO3 saying, oh, it looks the same. You said paste. Yeah, I know. Copy paste, not copy pasta, but you get what I mean. When does insta-kill stop working? It stops working on 139, but then it does work on 147, 148, 149, and 151, 155, and 161. No one has a principle against copy pasta then, just bad games. I would be totally fine if they released like 50. Here's the thing. I would have much rather them release like 15 more maps for Black Ops 1 and not have a new game. I would rather this one game have 40 maps on the same engine than I would 5 different Black Ops games that progressively get worse. Does that make sense? Because the maps themselves aren't usually the problem. It's the gameplay mechanics. Copy pasta is neutral then. Well, yeah. Everyone is... Here's the thing. It has nothing to do with Black Ops 6 being the same as Black Ops 7. It has everything to do with Black Ops 6 being a terrible game and Black Ops 7 being a copy of a terrible game. How would you all feel if every single map ever released was a copy of Transit? If it was a shit map and you keep recreating it, it would always be a shit map. We should really not remake Transit is the point. I'm trying to... No. Change for the sake of it has been one of the reasons for zombies' decline. So listen, some change is good. The changes that were made from BO1 to BO2, I think enhance the experience. From BO2 to BO3, some of them, I think, enhance the experience. There's a reason why those games are so popular. The changes from BO3 to BO4, very similar physics engine, the same engine from Zetsubo onwards, all the way to the end of BO4, technically. But people didn't like the changes in BO4. A lot of people didn't. Right? Imagine if BO4... Listen, I like BO4, but I know that a lot of people didn't like BO4. BO4 was very controversial, despite the fact that it was awful similar to BO3, and BO3 was good in terms of the physics, in terms of the whatever. Imagine if the year after BO4... While BO4 was still the newest game, they said, hey, we're going to release a game called BO5, and it's going to be all the same shit you didn't like. BO6 popularity can't be denied if you're being honest, though. And over 10% Easter egg completion, I'm pretty sure that's just false. I want to see if I can find it. This is from a year ago, so I'm taking this with a grain of salt.
Have completed an Easter egg in Black Ops Zombies. Revealed in the latest episode of the Call of Duty podcast, Treyarch have finally given us an actual percentage of players that have completed an Easter egg in a certain Black Ops game. Historically, the percentage rate has been extremely low, which is why Treyarch are bringing the directed mode into Black Ops 6 Zombies, which will guide players through the full Easter egg, giving them the...
Also, if you have to introduce a directed mode to get people to play it, I don't think that's going to be super helpful. I'm trying to look at Easter egg completion rate. I highly doubt it's 10%. Where can I look at like the achievement unlock rate? Hey Vera, how's it going? I don't know. If you don't I know you don't believe it, but if you don't believe Treyarch, where do you draw your line? Are they trustworthy or not? I don't think they're trustworthy. Directed mode proves how unpopular zombies had been before it. No, directed mode proves how unpopular Easter eggs were, not zombies. Which, if Easter eggs are unpopular, why are they fucking doubling down on Easter eggs? Why are they saying, let's try to get the Easter egg completion rate higher, instead of saying, let's make high rounds more competitive, because that's what 99% of our players want to play? They made it less competitive by saying, oh, well, let's make it so that everyone... 7% beat the Liberty Falls Easter egg on PlayStation. What about the other maps? Because they produce what, Easter eggs produce hardcore players? Are you fucking high? A vast majority of the players only do the Easter eggs once. But tons and tons of people play zombies over and over again, trying to beat their highest round. Yeah, there were never more Easter egg players than high round players. That's never been. 3.4% beat Terminus. So Liberty Falls is what we're going off of as our best completion rate here. And I'm assuming it just goes lower from there. If 7% of people are beating the Easter egg, it means that 93% of people are playing the mode for something other than the Easter egg. Which, some people it means camo grinds, but also, for a lot of people, it means, I just want to load in, get to around 30 for the first time. In other news, Donald Trump is helping the US economy. What, because stocks are up today for some reason? I'm a little surprised by that, if I'm being honest. Well, yeah, I'm not saying that these have to be mutually exclusive. Like, you can enjoy Easter eggs and high rounds. Easter eggs are popular, but so are high rounds. So Fixed WAF is a separate category for World at War. It's not allowed on the main category, but, like, there's a Fixed WAF category. Jobs are hella down. Oh, yeah. And jobs are about to be way more down if this shutdown doesn't get resolved soon. Who knows? 95% of players in BO1 through 3 didn't get past round 5 to 10, though. Source? I'm saying I don't trust Treyarch as a source. I do trust the PlayStation completion rate. But what do you mean 95% of players didn't get past round 5 to 10? It's just source Kevin Drew's nephew or whoever it was. I said produce more hardcore players than high rounding does. Yeah, false. There are not more hardcore Easter egg players than hardcore high rounding players. That's just not true. And if your metric for measuring that is that 95% of players haven't been past round 10, you're just making things up. Okay, actually, here's an important statistic that I would like to know that I don't know the answer to. There's only one way to measure it, which is on Cold War. On Cold War, there is a calling card for getting to round 100. There's also achievements for beating the Easter eggs. How many people have the calling card for getting to round 100 on Cold War? Versus how many people have done the Easter egg? Also, in general, just think about how many players have ever played Black Ops 1. I'm not saying that many of those players are still playing. It's a 15-year-old game. But I am saying Black Ops 1 was more popular than Black Ops 6 at its time. Also, I highly doubt that there are people playing directed mode, Easter eggs, and saying, wow, directed mode is so cool, I'm gonna become a hardcore player now. Which Black Ops game did you think had the highest peak? To me, it's somewhere between BO1 and BO2. In the sense that, like, think about what YouTube was like back then. Think about what the internet was like back then. Black Ops 1 and early Black Ops 2 were as big as GTA 5. Like, they were massive games. They are both in the top-selling games of all time. Black Ops 6 isn't. The challenge would be doing it in standard after you got your bearings in directed. I don't think that many people... It's that, first of all, that's not a challenge, but... But, like, here's the thing. Let's say you do the Easter egg. Then what? Other than competing to do the Easter egg the fastest, which, yes, it gets a lot of views, but it doesn't get a lot of competition. There's only a handful of Easter egg speedrunners actually out there. Other than competing to see who does the Easter egg the fastest, what is the point of the Easter egg? You do the Easter egg and then what? You load into a game and you just do it again? Over and over again? There's much less replayability with Easter eggs than there are with high rounds, because with high rounds, the replayability is trying to beat your best round, which is the whole reason BO1 was so popular. BO1 Kino, BO1 Ascension, these are core staple maps that everyone has played. BO3 Kino is still the most played map online to date, more than Shadows, the on-disc map. In fact, Zombies Chronicles was the #1 selling DLC of all time. Any game. Zombies Chronicles was, and half of those maps didn't have Easter eggs. A hardcore player produced from Easter egg completion can move to high rounding, but their hardcoreness was produced by the Easter egg. No, I don't get what you mean. I don't get what you mean in the slightest. I think those are mutually exclusive. I think if someone likes zombies, they're gonna play for high rounds, but starting on the Easter egg isn't going to make someone go, I'm gonna go for a high round now. I think you just either decide that or you don't, independent of whether or not you've done the Easter egg. People who high round move on to doing Easter eggs, absolutely not the other way. Yeah, that's true. I was a high rounder. I've done some Easter eggs. Back then, I would have middle school friends brag about their highest round all the time. Me too! All of my friends played Call of Duty Zombies. None of us could get to round 30. When I got to round 30 for the first time, I was the best player in my class in 5th grade. And everyone was like, holy shit, how did you do that? That was the thing that people cared about. Nobody cared about, oh, have you done the Easter egg? That wasn't a thing. It never was. It never was. Have you tried playing an Easter egg with friends who aren't hardcore players? They usually get pissed off or bored. Yeah, I usually end up carrying them and they get annoyed saying, why do I have to hold a zombie while you do these steps? That's pretty much how it always goes. Yeah, think about how many players who have done the Easter egg got carried. That's, objectively, it is harder to carry someone to round 100. Not on Black Ops 6, but on many games, it is harder to carry someone to round 100 than it is to just do it yourself. Two of them were Origins. BO2 and BO3 Origins. And Call of the Dead and Mob of the Dead. Good selection. Never played solo much. When I started, I can't remember if I hit 30 on public Kino before Ascension released, but by the time Ascension released, me and my older brother were decent at the game. I was very bad at the game for a long time until I wasn't. It's funny that we're talking about Easter eggs versus high rounds because I do want you guys to decide what I end up doing for 10K subs, because that is rapidly approaching. I'm thinking of like having a selection of options that I'm considering, and then you guys can always submit an idea. In my mind, hardcore means you keep coming back to zombies every time, no matter how good or bad your skill level is. Okay, so by that logic, you know how many players have stopped playing BO6? Like, thousands and thousands of players have played BO6 only a handful of times and then quit. Like, Treyarch is clearly struggling to market BO7 because of how controversial BO6 was, because so many people find it not replayable, which was never true for BO1, 2, or 3. People are still playing these older games and finding it fun, even if they're not doing the Easter eggs. Anyway, what I was going to say, one of the things that I'm considering doing for my 10K sub special is marathoning every Black Ops 3 Easter egg in order. Just go Shadows, Giant, DE, Zetsubo, Gorod, Rev, back to back to back to back to back to back. Which would be interesting because I'm really not an Easter egg player at all. Player numbers for old games is very low, though. Well, yeah, they're low now. Here's a question. Which one has lower player numbers? BO3 or Cold War? Today. They're low now because they're old games, but at their peaks, they were, percentage-wise, they were higher, right? Caveat being, into... What? Oh, it's right there. Can I get this? Well, that was a quick ammo run.
I shall medicate myself.
I think if you want to get a lot of hardcore players on your game, you need to have something that's competitive. And I'm not talking about those stupid weekly leaderboards or whatever the fuck where, like, you compete with 30 other people on who can get the most kills. I'm talking about, like... Hold on. Those event leaderboards just show who isn't employed. Am I at 4? I'm at 4 drops grabbed. If I don't get ammo off of my next skirsh, then there's no way you think people on high round and leaderboards are the only true hardcore, right? No. I think anyone who listen, hardcore is not defined by your highest round. Hardcore is defined by how committed you are to the game. And I just simply believe that there's more people committed to the older games than the newer ones. Because when Black Ops 1, 2, and 3 were around, there were significantly fewer people hating on it. When Black Ops 1, 2, and 3 were around, Treyarch wasn't getting more dislikes than likes on their trailers. Which, let's check on that, by the way. Black Ops 7 Zombies gameplay reveal trailer. Wow, that's actually surprising. Okay, well, one of these is wrong, but I stand corrected on this trailer. But let's look at the gameplay reveal trailer. Listen, I think if we're trying to boil down the argument to how much people are excited about the game, credit to where it's due that the Zombies reveal trailer had more likes than dislikes, but Jesus fucking Christ. If Black Ops 6 was good, and Black Ops 7 is a copy of it, we wouldn't be seeing this. Right, and maybe that's an estimate, but let's use this tool now. Yeah. That's showing the one from the other video. Okay. I don't get the hate multiplayer's getting. I wouldn't know. Anyway. Oh! Where did you come from? That scared the hell out of me. Jeez. Okay, if I need another max ammo to get through the round, then I do have to teleport. So let's hope that I don't need another max ammo. I don't know what we're debating either. I'm kind of done with this. Israel, are you trying to say that there are more haters on Black Ops 6 because there are more players on Black Ops 6? Because I can show you one... Let's pull this up for a hot second. Wikipedia list of best-selling video games of all time. Call of Duty made it into the opening paragraph next to Mario. That's kind of impressive. Actually, the 3 most represented video game franchises are Pokemon, Mario, and Call of Duty. That's impressive. Right? Minecraft, that's a given. Here's the first Call of Duty game, Black Ops 3. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, shortly after. All right, we go a little bit further. There's Cold War, impressively. Probably because of COVID, considering. Oh, shit, I didn't mean to click that. There's Cold War. Let's see. Keep going. Modern Warfare 3, 2011. Makes sense. Black Ops, 2010. Yup. Isn't Black Ops 2 on this list? Or I guess Black Ops 2 didn't quite make it? I guess Black Ops 2 didn't make it. But what's interesting, you'll notice there's a game missing from this list. Gary's mod spotted? Yeah, Gary's mod makes a lot of sense. I can't help but noticing that the newest Call of Duty game on this list is from 2020. What happened in the last 5 years? And also the highest one on this list was Black Ops 3. Yeah, I'm a little surprised at no Black Ops 2. $24.2. Ah, just barely missed it. Black Ops 6 is the best-selling video game. Oh, yeah. BO3 Chronicles is the most sold DLC of all time, of any game. So it sort of makes sense that BO3 made top 17. Listen, and you're allowed. Listen, at the end of the day, you're allowed to like Black Ops 6. You're allowed to think that Black Ops 7 is a good game. I disagree, and trends say otherwise. Or rather, trends agree with me. Kevin Drew said that Black Ops 6 is the best-selling game of all time. Did he say that it's best-selling? Or did he say that it had the most registered users? Which seems broad because that also includes Warzone. Oh, you just made that up? Okay. Listen, you can like it. You're allowed to think it's a good game. It's just that I disagree, and when the community sentiment is so mixed, which has never happened before, that we have to start saying that BO2 and BO1 were the same, which they fucking weren't. Can't like new things, those are the rules? I didn't say that. I think that Treyarch needs to better design the games to be more competitive. There is no competitive high rounds on Black Ops 6. They don't exist. The only competition is who gets the first 999. First of all, I just want to say, you can think that Black Ops 7 is good or Black Ops 6 is good. This is my problem. And let me preface this by saying I also have this problem with Black Ops 3 and Black Ops Cold War. Yeah, I did beat my PB. Thank you, Karen. I also have this problem with Black Ops 3 and Black Ops Cold War. And to a much lesser degree, Black Ops 2. In a zombie survival game that is supposed to be infinite, there shouldn't be a round cap. But if you are going to have a round cap, you shouldn't be able to hit the round cap on your first fucking attempt. Which is what has happened for every single map since Citadel. somebody beat it on either their first or second time loading into the map. Got to 999. Every single time. You can't say, oh, our game is good and competitive if people are maxing out the map on their first attempt. That shouldn't be happening. Well, yeah, there's time caps in BO1 because of limitations. There's not a fucking round cap. It's not like, oh, you got to round 200, you win. Black Ops 3 has this problem also. Black Ops 3, almost every record is 255, and that sucks. The only thing that makes Black Ops 3 good is that it has 15 maps. One of them doesn't have a cap. Dead Ops Arcade. The only thing that makes it good is that there's 15 maps, and 10 years later, not all of them have gotten a legal 255. And, like, a lot of them actually took a lot of innovation and skill to get to 255. There would be a round cap with unlimited time in Black Ops 1. Well, the round cap is 2,147,000,000, which by no means is humanly possible. So, in a lot of ways, it would actually come down to, like, who dies, or who gets a power outage, or who, you know, like, considering, especially on a map like Moon, for example, you only get 8 power-ups per round on this map. You only get 4 power-ups per round on the other maps. You're going to have to do a fuck ton of trade-outs. Even if there was no crashes, no errors, no reset, nothing, there's, like, the record would still be a finite number and it would still be competitive. The number on the bottom right would be able to get to, yeah, it would be able to get to 2 billion. But you know how big 2 billion is? You know how long it would take you longer than like humans would be extinct before you cap out Black Ops 1. DOA 4 most competitive mode on BO7? Genuinely! Hey, King Deagle. And the reason I say that is because DOA 4 is made by the same guy who made the first 3 DOA games, and he actually listens to the community. Listen, I have a problem with round caps. Cold War and BO6 would both be much better games without round caps, straight up. I still think the gameplay is boring and annoying for a lot of other reasons. Score streaks, spamming gums, and just overpowered things that make you basically invincible. But it would be much better without a round cap. Saw your Die Rise Slick video, just started scrolling through it. Nice. That's a good video of mine. I had fun making that video. BO3 without round cap or gums would be glorious. Yeah, genuinely, even with gums, BO3 without a round cap, also, I guess, without round robin and power vacuum, BO3 without a round cap would have been the greatest zombies game of all time. Some people still think it is, understandably, but it's not just the round cap. On BO3, there's no, other than round robin and power vacuum, like I said, which I think are the worst additions to the game. I have a whole video about them. Do you think that the 255 caps aren't as bad because the devs didn't... Well, the thing about BO2, The thing about BO2 having a round cap is the devs put in a round cap to BO2 to save space, to save memory, because instead of storing the round as a 32-bit integer, you store it as an 8-bit. And nobody hit the round cap for 14 years. So then Treyarch said, oh, well, nobody ended up hitting it. Let's have the round cap again on BO3. And then also put in Gobblegums and AATs, which make it... Super Chubs, thanks for the sub. Which make it a lot more trivial to hit the round cap. Yeah, I wouldn't say it would be worse if it had unlimited time. The records would be way harder to beat because somebody who just no-lifes would get to a really, really, really high round, but I wouldn't say outright worse. You've had like 35 attempts at 100. I'm sorry, but if people can say BO2 is a good game, it's wrong. I think BO2 is a good game, and I think the fact that 100 isn't free is what makes it a good game. You gotta just try harder. Read the second part of your comment. You're talking about the combo. If they had fixed if they had unlimited time and no insta-kill rounds, I still don't think it would be a bad game. I think it would be worse than it currently is, but it would still be better than BO6. If you got rid of the round cap on BO6, BO6 would be leagues worse than BO1 would be under those conditions. It's not just the round cap that's the problem. The round cap is one of the biggest problems. It's not the only problem. I don't know why you're trying to corner me into this argument where I admit that BO1 would be a worse game if it was better coded. I don't know what you're trying to say. BO1 doesn't have mutant injections. BO1 doesn't have score streaks you can spam infinitely and chain into itself where you are invincible. Did you see Lex react to... Yes, I did see that, actually. That's also not how the game is. BO6 does have a round cap and BO1 doesn't, and BO1 has all of those bugs, and BO1 is still a better game. BO3 has power vacuum? Yeah, the worst addition to the game by far. Like, it is a game-ruining gobblegum that completely destroys the meta. It's like, there's a reason why I say BO3 is not the best game. It's only a good game if you ignore all of the shit that Treyarch put into it. Yeah, BO2 is less stable. That's definitely true. There's a lot of game-ending errors on BO2 that kind of make it a worse game. Why do people add an R to the word Dalek? You mean Mr. Dalek JD? MR? Or... Yes, I agree, Fredster. And I think that as a casual experience, BO6 is worse. Because there's no challenge. Because all you need to do as a casual player is spam mutant injections. I don't... like, on the older games, people didn't get to round 30 and just exfil and say, I'm bored. That, like, really didn't happen nearly as much as it does on the newer games. I'm not saying it never happened, but I am saying, like, people tried to push to high rounds and then usually got stumped in the 30s or 40s and couldn't make it past that. It's not that they got bored and quit. On BO3, maybe. On BO1 and BO2, never happened. right? People don't get bored and quit in the 30s or 40s. They play until they die in the 30s or 40s, and that's their casual experience. On BO6, you can't die unless you try to.
Oh, the smell of the burning flesh reminds me of home. Drink your pain.
On BO1, the people who are bored and quit genuinely are the outliers. Or they were only planning to get to a certain round. But on BO6, they give you an option to quit the fun way by exfilling. If you believe GTA 6 will fail if Rockstar puts AI voice moderation online, are they planning on doing that?
This thrill shall yield to me.
People quit the unfun way by dashboarding. Again, one of the worst problems about BO3. Like, all of these issues that you guys are bringing up also apply to BO3. I think the gold standard was BO1, BO2. Nobody was dashboarding. Nobody was quitting because they were bored, usually. And it was much more replayable. Talking about the player base as a whole and not the 0.01% of hardcore people, you severely underestimate how many players just replay the games. And you severely overestimate how many people replay the game on Black Ops 6. There are more people playing Black Ops 3 today than there are Cold War today. And in a year from now, there's going to be more people playing Black Ops 3 than there are Black Ops 6. Once Black Ops 6 is out of its life cycle, nobody's going to play it. And once Black Ops 7 is out of its life cycle, nobody's going to play it. That comment was going with the one behind it. Come on, people quit out of boredom all the time in the games. Significantly less on the older games than they do the newer games. Significantly less. I really hope Project BO4 moves to PS4 support. That can't happen. That's not how that works. Also, listen, we can wonder when the servers are going to go down. I don't have any, we don't have any indication that's going to happen anytime soon, solely on the basis that there is not a single COD game where the servers have been taken down yet. Where did you all come from? Oh, shit. Hold on. PS3 COD games may have well had their servers taken down since a lot of them are bugged. Yeah. I think it's fair that you can scoot up the effectiveness of weapons, but to change the core... Listen, and what I will say is I think if they wanted to make the game more casual friendly, here's what you do. Here's how you change it. You make it so that the zombies before round 100 are very easy to deal with. You make it very few zombies. You You make it so that they're relatively easy to deal with. You make it so that every single weapon can kill. You have all the score streaks, the whatever. And then on round 100, you are offered your one and only one option to exfil. If you don't take it, you can instead go into endless mode, where the difficulty ramps up like crazy. All of the bullet weapons drop off, score streaks stop killing zombies, like everything gets, bosses increase, zombies get faster, zombies get more health and don't have a health cap. Another one of the biggest problems. And then we have competitive high rounds, but also casual round 100. That's what people would really like, I think. Everyone can get to round 100, everyone's happy. High rounders get their good game. We can learn a lot from Bloons tower defense, it seems. Honestly, Zombies at its core was a tower defense game. That's why Nocturne Toten has all the zombies come out of barriers. We can learn a lot from Balatro. There's a big difference between beating Ante-8 on Balatro and playing Endless. It's different strategies. The difficulty level ramps up significantly in Endless. But if you want to just beat Ante-8, it's very easy to do that. You can do that with basically any build you want. You can play it however you want. And some people just like beating Ante-8, and some people like going into Endless. And technically there's still a cap in Balatro at Ante-39, but the cap is such a high skill ceiling that it still feels rewarding to go for it. Zombies on console is definitely worse than on PC. I'll never say 100% dead, but it's always going to die faster than PC. That I can agree with. Yeah, Cold War Zombies is better on console. Same with BO4, technically. BO4 on PS4 is the best way to play. Not PC. That's not what I'm referring to, Israel. I'm just saying in general. I think you have an easier time finding a lobby on BO3 than on Cold War. But also, there are just more people playing. Because remember, a majority of the community does just play the game solo. Online statistics aren't always indicative of how many people are playing the game. There's a correlation, but it's not exact. Why is Cold War and BO4 better on console? On PC, both games are online, or rather, Cold War's online only on PC, so you can't hibernate. Like, if you want a high round, you have to just leave it paused and hope you don't disconnect. BO4, you cannot use hibernation on PC and save your game, which you can do on World at War through BO3. I have a PS4 regular, I believe. I also have a PS5. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, so Cold War, if you connect to the servers first, then play local, it will actually give you all of your upgrades and everything. That's how you're supposed to play Cold War. What BO3 Easter eggs have I done? I've done all of them. I guess technically I haven't done Chang BO3, but or Ascension. I've done all the rest. Yeah, we can talk about something else. What's my favorite Black Ops? My favorite Black Ops is Black Ops 1. Ah, shit. I don't think it matters. I hope it doesn't matter. Maybe those one extra shot and that one extra Gersh could end up helping me. Who knows? I hope I don't need to teleport. I don't think I will. Oh wait, do I have a drop left? Didn't I get a... Was the nuke at the beginning of this round, or was that last round? Does anyone remember? I got a dome nuke, and then... Another quiz? Another quiz could be fun. I'm not making it. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie better be good. The Mario Galaxy movie better be good. In the dome, not from the pads? Okay, so I'm out of drops. Do you have any Easter egg speedruns? No. I've never speedrun any Easter eggs. I didn't see the first Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Is it worth watching? Like, I haven't played Five Nights at Freddy's either, so it's not like I would be watching it for the, like, reference to the game or whatever, because I've never played the game. Your best Shadows Easter egg is 30 minutes? That's pretty good. Do you like Tobuscus? Not really, no. I like the song Nugget and a Biscuit. Does that count? That's a core childhood memory of mine. I do remember that, Fredster. That was a classic, cause he did play Call of Duty Black Ops. He referenced it in some of his videos, and also he said that he played Black Ops. And he was very big in 2011 when they did that. I don't know where he's been. Freddy's story is all over the place, worse than the COD one. There's like 12 games, 35 books, 2 movies. Huh. What's my opinion on BO7? We were just talking about it. I was just saying it looks awful. What do you do if a lady invites you to a date? Shower, brush my teeth, look nice. If it's a lady I care about, get her some flowers. What do you do? Well, have you accepted or declined the invite? That's also a great question. Who's the one asking me out? Because I've had a lot of crazy girls ask me out. I avoid crazy like the plague. Rank all special enemies from World at War to BO2 from least favorite to favorite. Okay, my favorite is... Oh, here's a hot take. That's also true, Joey. My favorite is George Romero. I would follow that with Brutus from Mob of the Dead. I would follow that with the dogs in general. Those are just a classic. Then yeah, teleporting crawlers and crawlers I'd put towards the bottom. After dogs, I would honestly, here's a hot take. I'm gonna say jumping jacks from Die Rise. Those are kind of fun. You would actually go outside and look good on a date, unsubscribed? Yeah, I know, crazy concept. Okay, something tells me I'm teleporting this round. Am I correct? I am not correct. That's crazy. It might be an excavator as well. I hope it is. Ooh, okay. Although it's more likely I'm teleporting this round. Don't forget witches. Witches I would place sort of towards the middle. They're not... I don't like that they are confined to their house for most of the game until you activate them. Just E-date. You don't need to talk to real women. Just date one of those AI. How many times have I been to round 100? Many, many times. What's my favorite trick? I think my favorite trick is being able to kind of control when zombies do or don't despawn, respawn due to distance. Hey, Cowrie. Oh yeah, it is spooky month. Let's get spooky by shutting down the government. Woo! Ooh, right at the end there. Would you cosplay as Ultimus Richtofen for Halloween? I honestly would. Just without the logo. I would need like a ray gun replica so that people know who I am. Also, it's your birthday month, so it's double lucky. When is your birthday? Now I know why you like fall so much. 935. No, not the 935 logo. The 19th. Noted. I'll keep that in mind. The other logo. I should do a Hi-Fi Rush playthrough? What? I am what's my favorite Easter egg song? Snakeskin Boots from Shadows of Evil. The Hindu logo? Yes, the Hindu logo. That's the one. I have to decide what I'm doing for my costume this year. Lots of rain, no more mosquitoes. I guess the weather is different where you are compared to where I am. Because, like, how cold does it get? Because for me, at least, I mean, last year we had a fucking multiple 70-degree days in November, but generally speaking, this is when it starts to get cold. What's my favorite map? My favorite map is Moon. Why? I've always loved this map. I just find it the most fun to play. I think the mechanics are really cool. I think the strategy is really fun, and the wave gun is one of my favorite weapons. Hackin' Cruise? What? What do you mean? Wait, what's Hackin' Cruise? Transit over Die Rise? No, I prefer Die Rise. I think Transit's one of the worst maps of all time. Can I tell you the truth? I don't know why they're trying to brand this new map as like a Transit remaster, when from the early footage I've seen, other than Farm and maybe Diner, it doesn't look as much like Transit, and it looks like the layout is very different. I think they would have gotten away with not calling it a Transit remaster, and maybe that would have been better perceived. Think Fall is the best season except in leap years? Why? Oh, the bad version of the Hindu. Yeah. Yes, yeah. Think Fall's the best season except in leap years? Why leap years? Because February has an extra day? I'll tell you, I gotta tell you something. I was born in a leap year. And despite that, I know virtually nobody that has a February 29th birthday. Oh, elections? Yeah. Election season's kind of rough. Yeah, I don't agree with the facility map critique. I don't really care that every map is a facility. Your late granddad was born on the 29th of February? You know, like 4 people born on February 29th? There was nobody in my year in school that was born on February 29th, which was a little strange because given that we were all born the same year, the odds of a February 29th birthday is the same as any other day. "2016 elections were the saddest election ever." Listen, I can only say so much having only experienced like 6 elections in my lifetime and only really being conscious for like 3 of them. But I would say 2024 was the most brutal loss for me there. Because at least in 2016, I was like, man, Trump is a racist and a sexist, and he seems like he wants to do a lot of bad things, but he'll probably just appoint a bunch of businessmen around him who are going to keep things going relatively stable. And to a certain degree, that was true until COVID, and when we were finally dealt one of those once-in-a-lifetime crises that we need a strong president to fucking deal with, and he kept saying, it's not real, inject yourself with bleach. Yeah, I also agree, Fredster. Bernie Sanders was not given a fair chance, and the Democrats are weak because they don't listen to what their constituents want, but that's a whole different can of worms. And Hayden, yes, it is a 1 in that much chance to have a February 29th birthday, but I'm saying when I was in school, I was born in a leap year, and so was a majority of the people in my grade born in a leap year. Given that all of us were born in a leap year, the odds are 1 in 366. If that makes sense. Do you think there's hope for the Democratic Party? To a certain degree, yes. You know, there are still a lot of progressive candidates. There's still a lot of, like, you know, Zoran Mamdani is proving himself to be an important figure at the moment in a good way. Not that he can do much nationally, but also at the same time, being mayor of the biggest city is a pretty big deal. The biggest city in the country. Most people are born in fall. Yeah, that's true. If we get into specifics, like, there are more November birthdays than there are, like, early birthdays. I'm pretty sure they did say there is a correlation between November birthdays because 9 months earlier is Valentine's Day. Like, those things are true. See, I can't speak from experience, because I don't know what it would be like to have a February 29th birthday. I don't know if I would like it that much. But I also think that people who do have that birthday usually make the best of it. And it does mean you get to go crazy every 4 years when you do actually have your birthday. September birthdays are the most common from the year change holidays. That makes sense. I guess, like, from anywhere from Thanksgiving through Valentine's Day, you got Christmas in there, you got New Year's in there, you got Martin Luther King in there. That's a very sexy holiday. I'm kidding. Also, the general idea that, like, because it's colder months, more people are just inside, and what do you do when you're inside and have nothing else to do? Your brother has the famed January 1st birthday? That's sometimes nice, because people are all with you when you're celebrating your birthday. Or rather, when your birthday hits, people are all celebrating it. You also die at like 17 years old? Yeah, 17 birthdays old. I knew someone with a December 31st birthday. Everyone celebrates your birthday with you. Yeah, you can guarantee days off on your birthday. That's kind of nice. I feel like December 25th birthday is the worst. I used to date someone whose birthday was September 24th. Not September, December 24th. And she always hated it because it wasn't on Christmas, but every one of her friends was always busy because it was Christmas Eve. Happy birthday, finest. Happy early birthday. I was never a big fan of Christmas because I don't celebrate Christmas. So, Christmas is always a Chinese food and kind of sit at home by myself kind of holiday. Your birthday was last month? Last month meaning September or August? It's the thirstiest time of the year. Want a Sprite cranberry? I have a weird family birthday trend. Everybody has someone in my family with reverses of each other's birthdays. Like, are you saying like the date, like March 9th becomes September, or March 9th becomes August 3rd or something? 9-3 becomes 3-9? My family has a lot of clumped together birthdays. My dad and I have birthdays 2 days apart from each other, and my sister's birthday is 2 weeks after mine. And then my brother and my mom were born 4 days apart from each other. Or rather, have birthdays 4 days apart from each other. September's the 9th month? Yes, that's what I said. September. Definitely said that. You know what confused me? In my head, I remember that today was October, and I remember oct meaning 8, and I remember how September used to be the 7th month, and October used to be the 8th month, and November and December used to be 9th and 10th, until Julius and Augustus went and fucked everything up. And I forgot. Your mom, September 1st, you, October 19th. Oh, 19th, okay. Interesting. Run the VOD. I'm still kind of sad Claymaster never reached around 10,000 in Shinonuma. Who's Claymaster? I was gonna say it might have been nice to been able to use that nuke, but this works out. Can't believe Lex got 10K. He was the guy who played World at War on PS3 and was extremely close to reaching 10,000 in Shino, but a dog fucked him over and the flogger once crashed his game. Damn. That is very unfortunate. Augustus didn't F anything up. Romans had New Year in March, so September was still the 7th. Yeah, well, remember, July and August didn't exist as months. When that was true, when September was the 7th month, the months were called quintilis and sextilis. Quintilis for the 5th month, sextilis for the 6th month. And then they moved the new year to January and renamed quintilis and sextilis to July and August. What I find interesting is these days we know that the elections happen in November in the US and then the inaugurations happen in January. But it wasn't always like that. The presidential inauguration used to happen at the beginning of March. I was born on Sextilis 6. Yeah. Has anyone tried high rounding on BO2 Wii U? Not yet to my knowledge, although that could be something I try. That could be something I do for 10K. You never noticed how much camping dominates high round meta until you saw my vid? Which video? But no, the inauguration used to happen in the beginning of March. And the reason why there was such a long gap between November when the election was and March when the inauguration was is mostly because it took information that long to travel. Like, when the president was elected, you didn't find out the night of election night. You found out, like, 2 months later when the electoral votes came in. And then it took the new president, 3 months to gather his shit, get his affairs in order, and fucking ride a horse for 2 weeks down to Washington, D.C. Yeah, I agree. Wii U flopped for a lot of reasons. DS Zombies high round when? We'll see. I don't know anything about DS Zombies. I know that there's 4 Zombies maps and they don't appear in any other games, but yeah, most people didn't understand that the Wii U was a separate console from the Wii. Yeah, it was just paper votes. Election integrity was a thing that I guess people just didn't worry about back then, although it was always a concern for a lot of reasons, especially in the election that got Rutherford B. Hayes elected, which that was basically just stolen. No, you wrote who you wanted to vote for on a piece of paper, and some guy on a horse would just like bring a sack full of paper to the Capitol, and then they would take a few days to count them all. And you just had to trust them. All right, see you later. Thanks for stopping in. Have I ever played Last Gen Shadows? I have, but not in a very long time. That's another thing I can consider doing for 10K, is playing some Last Gen Shadows. Trust me, bro, the guy on the horse. That's the interesting thing, is like, genuinely, if you sent a message to somebody, you had no way to confirm that they received your message, other than either them sending you a letter back and confirming they got it, or the guy on the horse, the same guy from the horse, showing up and saying, I brought it to him, trust. Last Gen DE. I've never played Last Gen DE or Last Gen The Giant. Yeah, both of those exist. 155 tonight. We will see. I'm not gonna lie. I only wanted to play for like a little over an hour more than now. Like I want to get off at 5 o'clock my time, which is in just over an hour.
All their data belong to me.
Maybe that's why we trust the post office so much now. The post office in general is one of the most reliable, but also one of the most like heavily scrutinized agencies because it is very important that they get it right. Ah, shoot. Like, these days, if the post office messes up, it's a big deal. It's very important. Did a zombie just distance despawn out of the door, or am I just hallucinating? Oh my god! It happened again. Do I try to see if I can hack it?
Oh no, I need ammo.
Okay, there's a reason why I didn't just then. I could have tried to hack it. I realized too late, which is why I didn't go. Well, that's strange. Huh. But the reason why I didn't want to... Okay, I realized too late, which is why I didn't go to hack it. But because I realized too late, what was I going to say? Because I realized too late, the zombies were all spawning, and it wouldn't have been safe for me to go prone and try to hack it. So I would have had to throw a Gersh in order to hack it. But I want to save my Gershes, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to teleport and try to get a drop. Yeah, I genuinely need to find out the sort. Can somebody please clip that again, by the way? Can somebody clip it on YouTube so that I could send it to Hermetrics? Hey, Pipcord. How many moon attempts is this now? Many. But, like, I started kind of grinding this seriously, like, over a month ago, but this is my third attempt of BO1 moon. Since I started grinding it, like, a month ago. Yeah, I'm gonna teleport to get more drops out of these 2 Gershes. I had to throw a Gersh to try to hack that drop. Are you gonna play anything else other than Moon when my game ends? The next thing I'm gonna play is I'm gonna play Ascension, BO1. And then after that, we will see. Last time I checked, you died from suffocation? When was that? I would love to play Kino too. I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm solely just going to be playing in the order that you guys vote for as I release the series. What round was I on when I ran out of air? Fredster, thanks for the sub. I thought you were already subbed. Or have you just been here a lot? Comment Kino then? Yeah, I would love to play Kino. Best zombies map of all time. Keter to Toten Black Ops 1. Maybe I should paste. I don't know. Well, like I said, I'm just gonna do it in the order that people vote for. Like it on the first video I released, BO1 Kino was the most liked, and Zetsubo was the second most liked. I wouldn't mind playing a game of Zetsubo. It's not my favorite map, but I will play it to round 100 and make a tutorial. So, like, I'm totally fine jumping between games, because I think it will show what people are interested in. Origins Black Ops 1. It was past round 100? Oh, was that the BO3 one? Or was that BO1? I don't remember doing that on BO1.
Oh, the smell of the burning brush reminds me. You dare touch me, minion?
Alright, that's fine. 150, let's go. 150 is pretty hype, actually. $150 is pretty good. This is my first ever 150 on Black Ops 1, which I'm pretty happy about. It's a big deal. But let's keep it going. Let's go all the way to Instas next. Where's the cutscene? Yeah, true. Where's the cutscene? Can I tell you the truth? I've never been to 150 unclassified yet. I wanted to do a dedicated video. This could be part of the series technically, but I was just gonna do it regardless. And I was gonna say, okay, here's the actual fastest way to get to 150 on classified. And it does not involve camping with the shield. And I'm gonna do a classified 150 speedrun. Bus Depot deserves a spot in the top 5. Nocturne Toten Black Ops 1, best map. Yeah, I missed the transition too, but fortunately I filmed it. My friend just texted me. I want to text him back real quick. What's strat for Busty? Because there's so many. Would there be a benefit to Mule Kick on Bus Depot? Very minor. Like, Mule Kick on Bus Depot would allow you to trade out and have one less weapon in the box, meaning you are always slightly more likely to get your ray gun or ray gun Mark II. That's it. Which is, if anything, the same benefit that Mule Kick has on BO1 Knocked. You are just slightly more likely to get your Thunder Gun back. Maybe this is a hot take, but I don't think it's a hot take. I think Bus Depot shouldn't have had any of the other perks. I think it still should have had Quick Revive. Because Quick Revive was already in Bus Depot on transit. They should have just left it. On solo, you would have actually been able to take 4 downs, which would have made the map slightly more interesting. And on co-op, you can revive your teammates faster, which again, doesn't do all that much, but... Which BO2 wonder weapon would be the most broken on BO1? Not jet gun. Probably one of the staves, if I had to guess. My first instinct is ice staff. I'm not gonna say any of the non-infinite damage wonder weapons, so like no Slickifire. Shit. Trying to avoid that. Paralyzer for movement? That doesn't... It's not necessary. Buried, it's nice to have the paralyzer for movement because of the map layout. But, like, you don't need the paralyzer for movement on any other BO1 map. Maybe the paralyzer would be slightly interesting on Moon, but it also has a lot of indoor and, like, tight spaces. Maybe on Ascension, the paralyzer would be cool. Yeah, easier, more interesting. I think the most interesting would either be the paralyzer or the Slickifire. But my instinct would be, like, which one would have the biggest impact? Probably the ice staff, or just the staves in general. Oh, you're referring to, Quick Revive. Town is better than Derice? I would rate them similarly. Oh, I didn't... Fuck. I keep not hearing it. Alright, make a note of that. I've used 2 drops this round. Acid Gat for 5. Acid Gat on 5 would be very fun. Town with Who's Who. Town with Who's Who would also be fun. Town with PhD, you wouldn't... Like, it wouldn't be make or break. It would help you so that the ray gun doesn't damage you, but like... Unless it stopped the lava from damaging you, but that would be too overpowered. Which BO1 wonder weapon would be the most interesting on BO2? Most interesting, I would say the baby gun. Which would be the most powerful, I would say the wave gun. But it also kind of depends on what map you're putting it on. Because the BO1 maps are more similar to each other than the BO2 maps are. Every BO2 map plays very differently. Wish the bowling alley was available. Yeah, the bowling alley would have been a cool spot. Similar to Liberty Ball's bowling alley. The baby gun on the 3179 JGB 215 would have been really fun. The baby gun and the wave gun are 2 weapons that I'm still wondering when they're going to make a return into BO7. As well as the 3 other staves that aren't the ice staff. Yeah, Die Rise was never hated during the BO2 cycle. It only started being hated much later because of bandwagoning. Bro, the baby gun sucks. The baby gun's... Like, probably the second best one weapon in this game. It was getting hate before Origins released. I don't remember that happening, actually. I remember Transit getting a ton of hate. Bank makes BO2 worse. I agree. Here's the thing. But here's what I will say. I think it makes it worse. But also at the same time, I think it doesn't make as much of an impact as people may think. Because realistically, what are you using the bank for? You're using the bank to get a ton of points to set up as early as possible. You can use the bank to get set up on round 1, right? I don't like it because I think it ruins the map progression completely. I think you should have to start from nothing, work your points up to a point where you can afford things as you play, right? You shouldn't just be able to buy everything on round 1. At the same time, what does getting set up on round 1 actually do for you? What's the difference between setting up on round 1 versus being set up by round 15? You still have to play the high rounds the same way, right? And if anything, getting a setup on round 1 takes you longer to do than if you just play the map, right? I can be set up on round 1 in 15 minutes using the bank, or I could spend 15 minutes completing the first 15 rounds and still be set up. So the bank kind of ruins map progression, but also at the same time, at the highest level of play, you do use it, but not as much as you might think. And it's not as necessary as you might think. Alright, I had 2 drops. I need to make a note of that. I have 2 drops left. I thought high rounders would have the least concern with round progression since the majority of their time is spent after progression plateaus. Good high rounders understand that the early game is even more important. Like, you have to set up fast and efficiently. And efficiently doesn't mean doing it all on round 1, because that's not fast. Let me text my friend really quick. Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay. All right. Dire-Eyes, you just use it to open the map. You kill zombies in the meantime, too. Yeah, that's the best use for it, is sort of like setting up, but also... You missed relaxing end, by the way? What do you mean? Yeah, I'm not saying high rounders don't use the bank. They definitely use it, but they just use it to not have to worry about points so that they can open up and get to the fastest strategy as quick as possible. Oh, talking in chat? Okay. Sometimes it's so difficult to react. When is Wonderful's video coming out? It should be today. I don't know what time. I did see the video already. And you guys are really going to like it. Because the funny thing is, he sent it to me yesterday to, yeah, it will be today. I don't know what time. Oh, Wonderful's here. Hello. He sent it to me to double check everything. Most of it looked good. You guys are going to love it, I'm telling you. Wonder, I'm gonna embarrass you on my stream really quick. Because actually, I'm not gonna embarrass you as much as I'm going to embarrass Jake. Wonder asked Jake to help him with the BO4 section. And Wonder wrote, oh, the highest round on Alpha Omega Co-op was this round, and they used the electric burst modifier. Problem is, none of them were using the electric burst modifier. And Jake was the one who fucking approved the script and said, yup, Wonderful, that's correct. But yeah, you guys are going to really love that video, trust me. And especially now that Wonder's doing YouTube full time, you guys are going to be full of content between my videos and his videos. Especially because I'm not rushing Wizard the editor on the Moon video. It gets done when it gets done. I'm not putting any time limits. Because I want it to be done well, is the thing. We will have a stream highlight video probably soon. Yeah, you guys are going to be getting so much content. And that also means after I'm done with my Moon game, Wonder and I are going to be playing a lot of co-ops together. Are you guys excited? I'm going to be teaching Wonder how to play Call of the Dead co-op. Not that he's going to replace Jake, but we're all friends. I'm excited to get to play more co-ops in general. Wonder Grief's JCM live. You and I have to play some Grief as well. Let's play some, I still need to organize hardcore Grief. That was one of those projects that really got put on the back burner for a while for me. But I want to do that still. Oh shit, I thought I reloaded. At 50k subs, Wonder will become a made man. Let's make that happen for him real soon. Which, if you guys aren't already subbed to him, go subscribe to him right now, because he's got some amazing content and some awesome videos that I'm really excited about that he's going to be releasing. But also, the caveat is, I usually think I'm preaching to the choir. I think we have a lot of overlap in, like, the types of fans that both of us have. Doesn't mean I can't say go subscribe to him. Okay, one thing I will say, Wonder is almost certainly not being the VR11 player. Solely because my aim is a lot worse, and I don't trust myself to be the non-VR player. I don't trust myself to be the scavenger player. JZM live rage reaction, not clickbait. Yeah, Wonderful is going to be playing the scavenger / HK role, and I'm going to be playing VR. He doesn't have a choice in the matter. Which means he's going to have to study all of Jake's gameplay. Although I need to talk to Sam, because there is a new strategy instead of the flopper strategy for the high rounds. Will us EU plebs get to see the vid today? It's 10 p.m. over there? Oh, yeah, it is in some places, yeah. You gotta ask him how the upload progress is. I have 1 drop left this round, I believe. If the zap guns were like mini waffle shots that killed 3 zombies, would it make it more useful? Oh, 100%. This might be a hot take. I would have to investigate this further. I'm sort of saying this preemptively, and I could be wrong. If the zap guns killed 3 zombies, I think you would end up using the 1 window, because then you can just shoot the wave gun into the window, and then after every wave gun shot, just shoot a quick zap gun shot or a few. And then when you're out of wave gun shots, you just zap gun 3 at a time inside the window, and you would get a ton of kills. You would get 300 kills off of just the zap guns. More than 300, but like 300 with full ammo. I think I'm not going to do a premiere this. Yeah. That's what I said for 2 reasons. I gave you the first reason when you texted me. Being like, I hate when a video's premiering and I'm like, shit, I missed the beginning. Now I don't want to click on it. Because I'm gonna click and I'm gonna have to scroll back and I'm gonna get spoiled. But also, just allowing it all to be available at once does allow people to skip to the games that they care about. Rather than having to wait 2 hours for it to be done, for them to go through the video and say, I only care about Black Ops 4, I want to skip to that. I only care about Black Ops 1, I want to skip, you know. Better for people to just be able to jump around where they prefer. And there will still be enough people that watch it all the way through. That's a drop. Oh no! I fucking fat-fingered that shit. God damn it. Now I gotta teleport again. I fat-fingered that. Ah, that's not good. Yeah, that's... Oh well. It's fine. I have 2 more Gershes left, and now I have 4 drops left. It shouldn't be the end of the world. I really hope that I don't have to trade off of this. All right. Read last message. Hold on. Which BO3 wonder weapon would be the best on BO1? Easily the Apothecant Servant. No doubt in my mind, it's the Apothecant Servant. KT4, I don't think would be very strong. Yeah, I was sending a text. Do Apothecant Servant have enough ammo for high rounds? Pretty easily. I mean, like, unupgraded on Shadows, you have enough ammo to get, like, basically all the way to round 100 without needing gums, except occasionally. Well, that's not good. All right, I just need one drop. That's all I need. Just one drop, and we're fine. Motherfucker. I'm very upset.
I am in need of bullets. Everywhere.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. That sucks. Maybe I'll get a good dome drop.
Without the bullets, I cannot hear.
That's not all of them. Oh!
Lungs feel flat. Pain in
Okay, I'm gonna trust that the undamaged zombie was just damaged. Almost end of round 2. Yeah, we're close to the end of the round, but probably like 10 hordes away.
Nein, gut for
Okay, that box is not hackable. Let's go in here, because I don't trust... The zombie sounded a little close.
the doctor is almost out of splints.
Why is that box not hackable? When was my last trade? Well, that sucks.
The doctor is almost out of splints.
145?
No gravity is so much fun.
Oh no, I hacked all the boxes on 147. Because I started a trade. So it makes sense that it's not hackable. Well, that's nice.
How to use this to blast a hole in space?
How long were you trading this game? I don't know the exact amount of time I've been trading. Let's hope I get something good off of this. Is this all of them?
No time to argue. I need ammo.
That was some weird pathing there. Which is the second and third best special equipment in zombies? Oh! What the fuck?
I'm alive.
Well, that's not good at all. Okay, this is extra bad. Because I already teleported. That is not good at all. Jesus, what am I gonna do? And I lost my speed weapon. Are you fucking kidding me? What do I do about this? Still no drop. Ah, shit. Okay, well, I guess the upside is now I can get rid of the quick revive machine, so I'm saving entities. It's minor, but it is an improvement. The downside is I can't get dome drops because I don't have Jug. I could get PhD. What is even at No Man's Land? Does anyone know what I had at No Man's Land last time? It very well could be Speed Cola. And then we're in a real upsy-daisy situation. Still no drop is kind of crazy. You were at speed, so now should be Jug. You checked? I had Jug? Which isn't. I had... Oh, God. Oh, shit. This could be really bad. I have to survive until 152 without Jug. What is that guy doing? Pause and figure out what you need to do. I know what is this guy doing? Yeah, this is my PB. I don't want it to end here. I can't even get that. If I jump off, I just die. How do I prosecute this? Oh, what? Get PhD. Okay, here's what I honestly think. The safest thing for now is probably to get quick revive. I could hold on to PhD for the moment, just so I have the ability to use dome drops. I'm gonna have to hack it away before I get Jug again. I have to survive all the way to 152 is the problem. Okay, let's just damage them. Use this as an opportunity to get Mule Kick and Quick Revive, because at the very least, if I have Quick Revive, that helps. Okay, the question is, if I run in here, are the zombies going to be waiting for me? Yes, they are. How much until reset? So if you look on screen... Oh! I'm dead. I didn't wait long enough. Welp. That fucking sucks. All of this because I fat fingered the fucking... the QED. All because I didn't pick up the Oh yeah, I have to remove that part of the tutorial now. Should I just record myself doing the Insta strat? And then we can include the actual Insta strat? I'll do that, and then I'll re-record the Instas part of the video. Let's do that, and then I'm ending stream. I'm upset about that. Oh wait, I didn't need to close out of that. Hold on. Thanks. So, Wonder, you want to play any custom zombies tonight? Or Call of the Dead? Probably would have crashed. What do you mean? Yeah, on the bright side, new PB, but I wanted Insta so badly. I'm pretty upset about that, actually. I probably will play that again pretty soon. Yeah, that's my highest round, but I'm not happy with that. Yep. I'm not gonna do Black Ops 3 next. I wanna try again. Alright, I can record the Insta strat at least. I have to set... Oh, and also... hold on. That sucks. Really does.
It's almost over. Just do what I do and try not to die. I think that digging thingy is going to remodel this ring. The digging machine. It's coming. I think that digging thingy is going to remodel this ring.
Okay, let me turn this off and this off, because we're just gonna record this.
I think we should do something about the digging thingy. What that is, I have no idea. That big digging thing is moving closer. I think that digging thingy is going to remodel this ring. I think we should do something about the digging thingy. What that is, I have no idea. I think that digging thingy is going to remodel this ring. The digging machine, it's coming. Never again will you hurt the dog.
Actually, wait, I should play without Flopper. Because... Hold on. What am I doing? Oh, yeah, yeah, it still gives me Flopper if I do this, so I'm just gonna hack it away. I have to play without Flopper because I have to simulate what it would actually be like. Can't you get all perks on Moon? Not reliably, no. You can, it's just super unlikely.
I think that digging thingy is going to remodel this ring. I think that digging thingy is going to remodel this ring. I think that digging thingy is going to remodel this ring. That big digging thing is moving closer. The digging machine, it's coming. I think that digging thingy is going to remodel this ring. The digging machine, it's coming.
How many excavators are active? One. Just one. Yeah, I should turn voice volume off. Okay. Right. Hold on. Playing without flopper. Give me a second. Jesus, the radius on this thing's kind of massive. Oh, shit. I'll do one more full M16, and then that should be more than enough footage. What's the SPH of the insta-kill strat? Like 9? What's the SPH of the non-insta strat? Like 13, I believe. Yeah, we can practice Call of the Dead tonight if you want. I'd be down for that. And or we can play that custom map. It's like 7? Yeah. Whichever one you want to do first. We can do either one tonight, or we can do both if you want. Okay, that should be enough footage. So now I have to record the addendum. But let me end the stream here. Really unfortunate end to the game. But we will try again. Okay. Bless you. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you all for watching. I might be back tonight to play with Wonderful. Let's text and we'll and we'll set that up. All right, see you all later.